Hello nieces, hello nephews, it's your Uncle Charles here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where we do unbiased technical analysis. We don't do predictions. Uncle Charles just identified the support, resistant levels, and trade setups for us to trade. And if you remember from yesterday's video, if you go back to yesterday's video around the 7-minute 44-second, I gave us a bullish setup to play, and I said above 86 I will be bullish. Look for calls, okay? But before we talk about that, this is the flow sentiment, and it's actually bullish. Okay, filter for 500k premiums or above, 64% for calls, 36% for puts. Okay, so big money today decided to be bullish. Interesting stuff. Okay, let's check the dark pool orders. So the big, we got a big 2.8 billion orders around the 381.96. So those institute people, they were accumulating around that level yesterday, and they definitely paid off for them today. Okay, so we'll go to my Discord. This is where Uncle posts all his best technical analysis, all the good stuff to keep his members on the right side of the trade and be profitable. Okay, so I wrote this big old essay here. I do that every morning around 7:13 a.m. I gave us a bull case and a bear case, and I reiterated my plan around 9:25 a.m. 5 minutes before market open, just to make sure we all are on the same page. Okay, so the plan was very simple: calls above 386, puts below 385. Okay, you guys see that right there? Okay, very simple plan. I wrote the targets on this one. Okay, my targets were 387.75, 388.5, 390, 391.5, then 393-ish. I wrote 393-ish. I was a bit skeptical about that level, okay, but we're going to talk about it. So, if you listen to Uncle Charles, would you have made money today? The answer is hell yes. Okay, Uncle Charles only took one trade and one trade only. This is the 15-minute chart. All these lines represent the support and resistance levels that I just mentioned to you guys. Okay, you can see here around 9:45 candle, it recaptured that 386 level. Okay, because on this candle, the opening candle, it closed below 386. But remember, no puts unless 385 failed. It never failed, and it actually recaptured 386. Uncle Charles entered calls, and boy, oh boy, did it pay. You can see that. I just, shave off some profits, a little bit of profits as each level was hit. And I finally was 100% done with the day around 2:15ish, okay? Because on the 2:15 candle, I saw it took out, because in this candle, 2 o'clock candle and the 145 candle, it closed above my 391.5 level. That was based on the 50-day moving average. And then on the 2:15 candle, that's when it closed below it. So that's when I was like, okay, time to cut out. And very profitable day from 386 to 391.5. But it closed up around, it closed around 392-ish right now. And it's starting to hit my 393 level after market, which don't mean nothing for me because I trade options and is only valid for, the trading hours. Okay, so if you was in the Discord and you listened to Uncle Charles and followed the plan, you would have had a very profitable day. Look at that. Look at that move. Yes, we caught the bottom of the move, guys. Okay, no predictions, just unbiased technical analysis. Okay, now here we're gonna go in the daily chart. You can see I talked about the triangle pattern with you guys. I talked about the falling wedge with you guys. Okay, got people, not you guys, but there are some people talking about technical analysis doesn't work. It worked very well today, I tell you, because we got the breakout of the triangle pattern and as well as the falling wedge. Got very close to that 393 level, okay, even after I was very close to it based on June 28th's high. Okay, so that is a resistant level. Also, look at the 50-day moving average, my orange line. Okay, it's around 391.5-ish. We closed above the 50-day moving average. We have not had the price above the 50-day moving average in quite some time. Okay, so this is the first time in a while. We broke out this triangle pattern, bullish. We broke out this falling wedge, bullish. Recaptured and cleared the 50-day moving average. So bulls, what they need to do tomorrow is hold this breakout. Okay, the breakout level is at 388. Okay, for tomorrow's around 388, and then the breakout level around the falling wedge is around 386.6. Okay, if those support levels failed, then today was just a false breakout, and we're gonna get a nice big move to the downside. Okay, today, all right. If those levels failed, those support levels failed, today was a massive bull trap. Okay, because it was just a beautiful day today. And look at that aftermarket 393 level hit. Interesting. All right. But for the bull scenario, if SPY decides to pull back and it does bounce from those levels, obviously it really needs to stay above the 50-day moving average. Got to watch that. Next resistance at 393, like I said, based on June 28th high. And then 395.8-ish, okay? Now, this level is the beginning of the gap. We got a gap right here, way back in early June. From 395.8-ish all the way to 401.5, okay? So I would like to see SPY possibly go fill that gap, but 395.8 is the next resistance level if 393 clears. I do have a resistance level around 398-ish, okay? I was using this from this low. This is February low. It connects to May 2nd's low, and it was tested as resisted many times with the false breakout right there. Breakout, then break down. Possibly go test that level, that line, that trend line. Okay, I'm gonna turn it to reddish. Okay, so you can see it clearer. Okay, if we can clear these levels, possibly go test that resistant line right there that I got. Okay, so remember, resistance right now 393, 395.8 for tomorrow. This is around 398, 398.7. Okay, then the gap fill at 401.5. All right, support one more time is 390. I have support at 390. 388 breakout level triangle pattern. 386.6 breakout level of the falling wedge. And if those support fails, holy moly, we're gonna possibly drop all the way back down to 380. Maybe even go test the triangle support around 378.5-ish. Below that is a breakdown. Very, very bearish if that happens. Okay, so watch out for the false breakout. If you're a bear, watch out for the false breakout. I don't recommend taking any puts unless we get a false breakout. Okay, as of right now, we can watch for a back test at support. I will look for calls around those levels. Okay, cut loss if they fail. All right, I'll also look for calls if we can clear some resistance. All right, guys, so that's what I got for SPY. Here's the VIX. The VIX didn't move down that much while the SPY moved up a lot. VIX didn't move down that much. However, it did reject from resistance around 25.4-ish, and it did close lower than yesterday. All right, so technically speaking, the VIX is, is doing its thing. Of course, it would have been nicer if it dropped down lower, but it is what it is. We gotta try not to pay attention to the price of the VIX, but pay more attention to the price action of the VIX. There's a difference, okay? Rejection from resistant level and close even lower than the previous day, all right? But for it to be bullish, it just needs to recap to 25.4, possibly go back and test 27, and above that will be 27.58, and then 29.7. Okay, so as long as it's below 25.4, VIX overall is bearish. Okay, guys. QQQ broke out of the triangle pattern, very, very bullish. Could go fill that gap around 299.30. Yeah, 0.39, okay? That's the purple line right here. All right, and if that clears, could get a nice jump up to 302, 303 zone, then possibly go test 308.4-ish, okay? But the next resistance is 299.4. It's probably around there right now in aftermarket, okay? So support is at 296.78. That's the breakout level of this triangle pattern. If you see QQQ dropping below that level, that is false breakout. False breakout is very, very bearish, guys. Okay, so only look for puts if it's a false breakout. Right now, we're in breakout mode. That's bullish. Dow Jones also in breakout mode. Okay, 312.4 is support level that I've been talking about a lot for a while now, and it's also the breakout level. As long as above, the next resistance is at 318.7. Needs to clear that. Possibly go fill the gap at 322.9-ish, then 324.6. Those are the next resistant level, okay? Below 312.38, that's a false breakout and could put 305, then 303.6, and 301 back in play. Okay, guys? IWM also had a breakout this triangle pattern, but look, it's testing this multi-month trend line that I got here, orange multi-month trend line. So to break out, IWM needs to get above 179 to put 180.7, then possibly 185.7 in play. I have another down multi-month trend line there. Above 185.7 would be a breakout and would be very bullish, okay? For me to be bearish, it needs to break back below 175.3 to equate to a false breakout. All right, watch for the false breakouts tomorrow, guys, because today we had lots of breakouts. But Apple did not give us a breakout. All right, it's still within this rising rising channel. However, if I take out all my lines out, we do have a setup here. It's inside day candle setup. All right, if you don't know what an inside day is, inside candle setup or whatever, please Google it. But pretty much what it is when the current candle or the most recent candle is within the range of the previous candle. This is the mother candle. This is the child candle. All right. So the range of this mother candle is 151.57 all the way down to 146.7. Okay. So that is next resistant. The mother candle's highest next resistant. If it clears, look for calls. That's bullish. All right. It would be bearish if it takes out the mother candle's low. All right. Which is around 140. Like I said, 146.7. Then you look for puts. Okay, that's how you trade inside day candle trade setups. All right, and if it does take out the mother candle's high, it does break out of this rising channel as well and put 154 in play. All right, support is now 150, 148. The mother candle's low at 146.7. If those fail, 145, 143.5, then 140.9 is back in play. Support of this rising channel. All right, and Tesla, very nice. Tesla managed to close and break out of this triangle pattern once again, and it closed above the 727 level. Okay, so that puts 752.3 in play. Okay, I have a resistance around 740, so watch if we can clear 740 with 752.3 in play. Then above that would be 764ish, and then 382.5. For me to be bearish, it needs to close below 727. That's support, and it needs to take out that support. All right, with 707 below, then 686. Okay, guys, so that's what I have for you guys today. I hope you guys had a profitable day today. Very, very great trading today. I love it. And thank you guys so much for being here. Peace.